You just saw journalist Jessica Prado getting arrested in Oakland, California for attempting to cover homelessness in her city. She was apprehended just for doing her job. And she's not alone. At least 43 journalists have been arrested in the United States this year, a vast majority at protests. And with more protests expected around the Israel-Gaza war and the upcoming US elections, it seems like this unfortunate trend is here to stay. So if you're a journalist covering an event and you happen to find yourself in a situation where you've been arrested and your phone is confiscated, the most important aim is to know your rights. You have a right to decline the warrantless search of your phone in the United States. If you're arrested or taken into custody, you should speak up and verbally state that you do not consent to the search of your devices. Law enforcement agencies are only permitted to conduct a warrantless search of your device if a compelling case for an emergency can be made. Journalists also have additional legal protections. Under the Privacy Protection Act of 1980, police cannot search or seize a journalist's phone unless there is probable cause to believe they committed a crime unrelated to legitimate news gathering. Many police officers don't know about this law. It may be worth telling them or even carrying a copy of the PPA. But other than that, and if you're a victim of unlawful search by police officials, you have various avenues for recourse. In fact, if the authorities are using data they got through an unlawful search of your phone against you in a criminal proceeding, you can move that data to be suppressed under this part of the Fourth Amendment. You can also sue the law enforcement agency or city for damages under this section of Title 42 of the US Code if the information obtained through the search of your phone was not used against you in a criminal proceeding. Because let's be real, when you're let out after an arrest and your phone has been handed back to you in a plastic baggie, someone has most likely gone through your digital belongings. Police might have access to any accounts that you were logged into. This means that they may have gone through your private communications, noted your contacts and email addresses, and even gone through your social media accounts. That possibility is even more troubling for journalists who often talk to confidential sources. But better safe than sorry, right? If you are headed to a protest where there's even a possibility that you might get arrested, here are some steps you can take to secure your phone against warrantless snooping. Make sure your phone is encrypted. If your device leaves your possession, your data could be read or copied. Fortunately, it's easy to protect most of your data through disk encryption. Lock your phone. That may seem like a lot of work, but it's well worth it. And while you're at it, make sure your passcode is really long and unique. That way, if they try to crack your phone, it'll be really difficult. Turn on disappearing messages. While you can delete individual messages, it's probably already too late if your device has been seized. By turning on disappearing messages, you can choose to remove text from a conversation automatically after a certain time, and hopefully before prying eyes have gotten insight of your data. Make sure your apps don't show the full text and notifications, those bubbles that pop up on your home screen when the phone is locked. Steps we also recommend is using a private browsing mode in your mobile browser when needed, and frequently deleting your browsing history from your web browsing apps. Finally, when you regain control of your device, you need to assume that all the information on your phone has been compromised and act accordingly. Call your sources and give them a heads up. Additionally, sign out of all important accounts, refresh your device, change passwords, and get new SIM and SD card. Also be sure to find legal representation that understands your situation and understands technology. For more information and resources on legal help, follow the link on screen to our full guide on what to do if your phone is seized by the police.